Dr. Stella here, and what changes have there been with the 2023 triple option offense? Now, everything's based off Air Force data or on Air Force data, however you want to define that, but what changed this year? Well, first of all, we're really focusing on what Air Force did to get to 8-0. After that, we don't really focus on it because when you have your first 8-0 season since 1985, we're going to delve deep into how that happened, because for an academy to be able to start the season 8-0, that's really something. And we're really focused on those 8 games right now. And we'll see what happens in the bowl game when the bowl game's announced, how all that goes. So what was different this year? Zone dive, really nothing different than the previous year. It's a 20 time a game concept. It's the base concept. It's how everything goes. One thing that did change is when number 1 took the dive, Air Force went right to midlane triple. And that was because they wanted to get the quarterback to run. Because they viewed him as a threat, whether he kept it or pitched it. In the past, when they had Haaziq Daniels, if number 1 took the dive, they would focus on what number 2 did. If 2 took the quarterback, then they'd run mid-triple. If 2 took the pitch, they'd run the down, they'd run kick. That's what they would do. But this year, the focus was if number 1 took the dive, mid-triple would be the play to run, which on the high school level is a saner way to run the offense. That you use this as your base, and if you get 4 yards, you line up and you run it again. If number 1 on zone dive, the guy that's over the tackle takes the dive, then you come back and run mid-triple. And if number 1 took the quarterback, they'd run trap. Trap would be the play to run if number 1 took the quarterback. Now, and I've said this in endless videos, and I've had somebody from Air Force tell me this multiple times. If they are wrong about that and number 1 took the dive, a lot of the time the play would go out the gate because the backers would run themselves out of the play, and there's a nice big opening in the middle of the field. The way teams defended Air Force in 2023, this did not happen as much. They've found ways to slow down the trap. Now, to beat the blitz, you toss it. So anytime the defense does not have a play side inside linebacker post-snap, that's when you want to toss the ball. You want to toss the ball because there's no one to scrape over the top. I remember over 20 years ago when the rocket toss first started coming to the forefront, Chuck Clausing, the great late Chuck Clausing, said that basically they did a study on the rocket toss and the play side inside linebacker was making the super majority of the tackles. So rocket toss is what you do to beat the blitz. So you run this, you get 4 yards, you run it again. If number 1 takes the dive and you don't get 4 yards, you run mid-triple. If number 1 takes the quarterback and you don't get 4 yards, you run trap. If they blitz, you toss it. The passing game, switch is always going to be the number 1 pass play. It just works. It's a way to bind the corner. Vert's a way to bind the single high safety. And I always get the question, well, how do you bind the play side safety? Well, you run switch, because when the play side safety flies up, it puts so much stress on the corner, you're better off attacking the corner. Now, in the past, tight end was a big play, which is the smash/China concept. Rocket boot has taken over that because the boot phase of Air Force's offense is now really coming to the forefront. So this has become the number 3 concept. The rocket boot, they've also run down boot. They've run a boot off a stretch, even though they don't run stretch. They boot off it. So that's been a big change to the offense this year. So if you really want to look at how the offense evolved in 2023, when Air Force got to 8-0, this is how they were running the offense. They were using this basically when number 1 took the B back. That really was the biggest change. They ran less stuff. They were less focused on what number 2 did, which is, as I've said before, a much easier way to run the offense. This is designed to bind the corner. This is designed to bind the single high safety. This is designed to bind the half field safety. This is designed usually for the same reason as this. It's basically to put the corner in a very vulnerable situation. You want to run the pass, you want to throw the ball on 3rd and long, 4th and long, when you got to score now, or if the corner flies up or is put in a run support position, the single high safety flies up. That's when you want to run it. So those are the changes to the offense in 2023. Not a lot of changes. I would say this is the biggest one, and they ran less stuff because they used this when number 1 took the B back. They didn't care what number 2 did at that point because they knew that either way, number 1, he's always going to be wrong. So they really didn't care. Whether they got yards with the quarterback around the pitch, it wasn't their concern. So those are the changes in the offense in 2023. Very subtle. Coaches, you want to win more games in 2024, pick up the phone and give me a call. My number is on the thumbnail of this video. So is my website. The Triple Option Football Academy and Triple Option Football Academy camps will show you how. Go to tripleoptionfootball.com/testimonials, where you can see all the success stories that have come out of the camps and the academy. I can help you win a lot more games in 2024. You know what to do. I'll see you in the next video, and we will talk soon.